I've seen people with life sentences, and by me seeing their situations, I learned from that and changed.
Welcome Tattoo Fitness to the building, man. How do you treat people that come in with like injury but still want to hit the gym?
There's always alternative exercises. Just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't go to the gym. I had a broken arm and I was still doing pull-ups.
So if somebody wanted to get like a six-pack.
Abs are made in the kitchen. You're not going to want to eat a lot of carbs if you're trying to get a six-pack. You can go train 5 days a week. If your diet is not on point, you're not going to have abs.
How important is the proteins after you work out? Creatine.
Protein basically is the building blocks what rebuild your muscles. Creatine, what it does, it helps keep your muscles hydrated so you don't fatigue as fast. You have to eat a whole pound of red meat in order to get 1 gram of creatine. Most people are not eating 5 pounds of meat a day. Therefore, you just supplement and you're good.
Hey guys, we realize a lot of you are coming to the page and enjoying the content, but we see a lot of you still aren't subscribed. And so if you could click that subscribe button, it'll help our channel grow and give you more episodes with a lot of amazing individuals. Welcome back to another episode of Attractive Mindset. And listen, today's guest comes highly recommended from some very high favorable people. And so, we had to get him in the building to learn about his backstory and what he got going on today. Welcome Tattoo Fitness to the building, man.
What's up, y'all, man? This is Tattoo Fitness, man. The #1 coach in the world, UFC Fit. The #1 coach, man. Just happy to be here with y'all.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I see you tatted up. That's how you obviously got the name.
Yeah, Tattoo Fitness. Like when I came home November 1st, started my Instagram. I was like, man, I'm really into fitness. I love it. This is what I do. It's what I'm passionate about. I was coming up with an Instagram handle, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm tatted up. It's part of my life story. So Tattoo and Fitness, I put them together, and that's the brand. And pretty much it's like, it don't matter what you've been through, but as long as you work hard, you can do whatever you want to do.
Nah, absolutely.
So that's what it means, bro.
Okay, so before I get into how you develop that brand, I want to take it back even further. Where you from originally?
On Pembroke Pines, Hollywood area.
Okay.
Yeah, South Florida.
So Broward County.
Broward County, yeah.
Okay. And so growing up in Broward County, what was life like for you?
Bro, man, I was just a badass kid, bro. Always getting in trouble doing the dumbest shit because I thought that's what it was, But shit, I hit a lot of roadblocks and found out that really wasn't what it was. You know what I'm saying? In and out of DJJ ever since I've been 11 years old, man. So, I think the first time I was incarcerated, I was 11. It was for armed robbery, and did my little time, came home. Started really working out then, in what is it? What they call it? They call it the detention center.
Okay.
So I was working out over there.
So you was working out before you got in there or when you got in there?
Kind of when I got in there is when I kind of started working out, like 11 years old.
Got you.
Bad kid. Started doing push-ups on the rec yard and stuff.
So what was it like in there at that age?
I mean, they normally put you around your age group, but me wanting to be the badass, I had to make a name for myself. So that's what I did. You know what I mean? I came in there fighting, ended up in the hole a few times, ended up with a little reputation, and pretty much made it through. And the problem was, man, that jail was just too easy for me. So it didn't scare me to come back again.
So what was like a daily routine in there? What made it easy?
Bro, we got food, work out, play basketball. Kind of used to sleep during school. Wish I would have took advantage of that time when we had class. I should have been educating myself, Instead I was sleeping and doing bullshit,
Yeah. Okay. And so when you got out, you went right back into the bullshit.
Networked with the wrong people, Met all the other bad kids. Now we linked up. Now we're all buddies. All my best homeboys were the ones now they got life or they're dead, you know what I mean? But we met up in juvenile detention centers when we were younger, got out, committed more crimes, ended up going back to jail again and again. Ended up meeting each other in prison. And, bro, that's how it went. This is Tattoo Fitness. And if you're interested in getting in the best shape of your life with my elite coaching program, hit the link below.
Nah, 100%. I have my older brother actually went to prison and he never did drugs. He never drank. He never did nothing. And I would watch him as like an older brother figure, and it would put me in a lot of different situations because I would watch him do it, and then he'd turn around and tell me not to do it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what? You know, that's kind of crazy. And you know, being somebody that, because I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And so teetering on the fence where I watch a lot of my homies go to prison or die or whatever. Like, I got into it MS-13. I got shot, you know, stabbed. And fortunately, you know, the Marine Corps reached out to me, and I ended up joining the military. And I just channeled the same bad shit I was doing in the hood in the military.
Yeah.
Went on deployment, 2 deployments, you know, so did things over there and processed life differently. But, you know, I feel like when you're in stuff like prison or when you're in stuff like the military, you start to develop a different type of mindset that regular society don't really understand like that, because it's organized in a different way, and it's not really attached to civilian life. Like, you have, you know, phone calls and, you know, maybe an internet here and there every now and then, but it's a complete different lifestyle. So you going into the system, when you got out, was there ever a feeling for you that made you actually want to go back?
Not that I wanted to go back, it just I didn't care. I just didn't care about nothing. Like, whatever I wanted to do, if I wanted it, I would take it. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to make money, any means necessary, I was willing to do it. And it wasn't until I think I went to a boot camp, I was like 13 years old. That's when it was a Marine Corps boot camp. And had a really good drill instructor Knots. Bro, my first day there, like the like chief cadet who used to run the PT, I swung on him. You know, he was trying to drill me, make me PT, so I hit him, boom. So how they drill instructor Knots used to make it, he used to make us box. So anytime we'd have a fight, we used to box. We had a little boxing ring. And man, he liked me because I was so bad, but he wanted to like mold and change me. Yeah. So I learned a lot of discipline. I just didn't apply that to my life till later in my life, you know, because I was still running wild. But a lot of things that was instilled in me then, like getting up at like 4:30 in the morning, working out every morning, eating healthy, those habits carried on with me throughout life. It just didn't fully change until maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. So what was the longest period of time you spent in prison?
On my last sentence, I did 9 years and 2 months on a federal sentence. I did 7 years in the state, got out, 5 months, walked right into an indictment. They gave me 10 and a half years. I did 9 years, 2 months. I just got off house arrest on August 23rd.
And so being in there for so long, what is life like now?
Bro, it's amazing when you work really hard and you change your mindset and everything that you're doing good, the positive people, like how I was networking in a negative way, meeting all the bad connections. Now I'm networking in a positive way and meeting all the right connections. You know, they see the drive, the motivation, the hard work, and I just been meeting the right people, man. So, and just by me practicing the discipline, sticking to my routine and not giving into like temporary satisfaction, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm practicing delayed gratification.
Okay.
You know, so I'm just being disciplined, bro, and it's been working.
Nah, absolutely. And so, you know, when I was that age doing a lot of fucked up shit, nobody could really tell me anything back then. And so now that you have a different perception and you might see other people, whether they're young kids or grown adults, going down the same type of path, how do you try to reason with them more to be like, yo, it's not really worth it. You should, you know, you got to change your life.
Bro, it's always great when you can learn from somebody else's mistakes instead of having to go through them yourself. You know, a lot of us, unfortunately, I had to go through them a lot myself, but I've also learned from other people's mistakes, you know, because I've seen people with life sentences, seen people on CM for 10 years. And by me seeing their situations, I learned from that and change. So just like I was able to learn from somebody else's situations, they can see what I went through and not make the same mistakes. Yeah.
And so when you were in there, were you like getting into fights the same way? Did you click up with certain people? Did you have like people you learned from in there and really like understood, like they've been in there way longer than you and they trying to give you game now to be like, yo, don't go down this path, it's not worth it? Like,
I really learned from like observations, right? I started distancing myself from people who weren't positive. I started hanging around the educated ones I had something to learn from, you know. I always had like a hustler mindset, bro. So like even in prison, you know, I had a store, pawn shop, my little hustle where I sold empanadas, quesadillas and shit like that. So I was always been on the grind. They knew me as a hustle man, you know, like, and everybody respected that. So that same hustle that I was using in prison to make stamps, now I'm out here making real dollars, you know. And
now that's clutch. How do you start something like that in prison?
Oh shit. As far as the pawn shop, man, it's kind of bad. I kind of have to capitalize off the you know, like the drug addicts, people who are down bad on drugs, bro. They'll pawn me their G-Shock watch for 10 books, which is $50, but I can sell that same watch for $150. They got 5 days to bring me back $75. They don't bring me back my $75. I'm gonna sell their watch for $125. You know, make $75 like that.
Gotcha.
So I got a whole 2-3 lockers full of watches and chains and shoes and all types of shit from people like that. That was a legit hustle in there somewhat, without having to really risk catching more time. Because the police, they were like, okay, as long as you're not selling drugs, you're all right. Yeah. You know, so that's how I was able to survive in there, because I was eating $200 in commissary every week. That's how I was able to maintain my size, eating tuna fish, buying trays from everybody with stamps. Stamps is the currency in there.
And so with commissary, what exactly do they include in commissary? Like, how deep does the menu go? Like, what's on the low end? Or do people get, what if they don't have no money? Do they eat for free? How does it work?
Man, if you ain't got no money, you got to get a hustle, because the child hall, they start starving you, man. Every morning, it's like Frosted Flakes, some kind of cake, and an apple. You get a milk. This is in the feds. And then lunchtime, bro, you get, I remember one meal, 2 slices of pizza, and a little bit of green beans and a cake. So they feeding you a lot of trash food. So if you want to stay in shape, you got to hustle, or you got to barter with your food. You know what I'm saying? I like trade my cake for your hamburger patty or something like that. But there's always a way to hustle in prison and survive, you know? It just depends on, like, if you got it in you to hustle, or you just a lazy person expecting handouts. Ain't nobody really going to give you nothing.
Got you.
So you got to go out and get it, you know?
Nah, facts. Yeah. And what's your family situation like going into prison and while you in there?
Family, me, my mother, my father, we kept good ties. They didn't come see me too much because the feds is kind of far. They shipped me. I started out Coleman 1 Penitentiary, and then from there I went to Otisville, New York, which was pretty far. Really couldn't see them too much. Sure, I could have hit them up for some money, but I'd rather be self-dependent than ask them for money. So I was able to survive in there without asking my family for money.
Got you.
You know, and I lived pretty good in jail.
Got you. And then even before the last, you know, you said 10 and a half, right? But even before the last 10 and a half, you growing up, going in and out of the system, how was their reaction to that?
Man, like, it was just normal. Like it hurt them. But they couldn't tell me nothing. I wouldn't listen, you know? So, like, they had the good advice, but I just didn't want to listen, man. I wanted to do things my own way.
Were they more on a, like, 9-to-5 side of things or entrepreneurship side of things?
My mom was a hustler, you know? She's still a hustler, you know? And my father, he's kind of a worker. Okay. But I got my hustling skills from my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy. Okay, so when you're in there, is when you officially, when's the first time you ever trained somebody else?
Man, when I was in state prison, you know, I used to be a Latin King, but I left that alone like 5 years ago. So there was 30 of us in Calhoun, and pretty much I ran the yard. I had the yard, and it was mandatory for everybody to work out together. So I ran the whole workout crew of all 30 of us. We would all do pull-ups, mandatory. You know, they would come hit the yard, they hit their laps. We all would do pull-ups, dips, weighted push-ups. We work out together in groups. So that's where I started, you know, training multiple people at a time.
And you would charge them books for that?
Nah, these were my homies. So this was free. These were like my brothers. This was what I was doing just to bring unity, because fitness brings people together. Yeah. You know, plus you got to be strong in there too, mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? So exercise was very important to me.
Got you. And you started to create your own regimens, like your own workouts?
Yeah, like my main workouts in the joint back then to maintain size in prison, especially when you don't have weights, you got to do weighted push-ups, weighted dips. You got to create weights with sand or water, because just doing push-ups alone, you're really not going to get big. So you got to add weight to push-ups. That's where we use other people as weight. Like, I'm going to squat you, you're going to squat me, I'm going to put you on my back, I'm going to do lunges, you're going to stand on my back, I'm going to do push-ups. We're going to fill up these T-shirts with sand, and we're going to do curls. So that's how we made our weights, because a lot of dudes, they'll just do burpees in prison. But burpees has them real skinny and weak. Yeah. Everybody used to train with me, we all jacked. You know what I mean? So that's because we were lifting sandbags and using each other's body weight. And I taught pretty much everybody how to eat, you know?
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's fast forward a little bit. You get out and you immediately come back to South Florida?
Immediately came back to South Florida, yeah.
And so what was life like now that you get out? What's the process of getting out to begin with?
When I got out this time?
Yeah, you got out this time.
Okay, when I got out this time, I was released to the federal halfway house in Dania. Man, they gave me a little bit of a struggle getting a job. Like, I wanted to get a job in the gym. That was my main goal. They wanted me to go work at Burger Fry. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to do that. So I was already certified from prison. I took the ISSA, but I had to retake it and show them my certification. Then it was the difficulty of finding a gym that does pay you W-2, because I needed to be paid by the hour.
Got you.
So I found the gym, UFC Fit. Mike gave me the opportunity.
And how'd you meet Mike?
I walked into UFC. I shook his hand, said, hey, man, I'm Domenic. I'm a coach. I've been doing this for 16 years. I'm certified. I said, but I haven't been doing this in the world. I've been doing this in jail. And he's like, he gave me the opportunity. He said, you're good, man. You certified? And I said, yeah. And he gave me the opportunity. And a lot of people, actually, they were hesitant because of the way I looked. I used to have gold teeth. You know, I'm tatted up. I'm kind of aggressive a little bit at times. And they were like, man, we have an image. Turns out, then like the second month there, I broke a record in the first month on sales, like 37,000.
How did you do that?
It was like, damn, being persistent and, you know, building that rapport with the clients, being real attentive to them, and taking them through a badass workout. You know,
so just bringing clients in.
Well, the clients would come to the gym. You know, I would introduce myself, take them through a quick workout, and then I would sell them PT.
Got you.
And I think it was my second or third month that I did that 37,000. And after that, it's been popping ever since.
Now that's fire. And so UFC Fit is the official gym of the UFC?
UFC partner is Dana White. I really don't know the whole history of it, but Dana White, which is head of UFC, partnered with UFC Gym. They started in California and they branched out to Florida, and they have them all over the United States. They got them in Dubai, Hawaii, all over. It's a big franchise. You know, it's a big company. It's a really, really nice gym to be in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now, what made you want to take the content route? Because, you know, looking at your page, you have a lot of content.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that a lot of people struggle on, especially just people doing, you know, regular shit like videography or, you know, model stuff or whatever. But you making the content and engaging with your audience, where'd you learn that?
Pretty much the creativity, man, in my mind. But I know in order to reach more people, I got to put consistent, good content out there. My goal is to help as many people as I can through fitness and bring them value and education, bring a little humor, but ultimately help change them through fitness. Because that's what pretty much saved my life and kept me on the right track. Yeah. And it's blessed me with so many things.
Nah, 100%. So you've been out since last year, November?
Last year, November.
So November 1st, 2024.
2023.
Okay, so 2 years ago.
Is it 2 years?
Yeah, it's 2025 now, so.
I've been home 13 months.
Yeah. Okay, so you doing that in about a year and a half, what is your clientele base now? Because I see you train people like Safari and, you know, you got a lot of different big names under your belt. Does that come through the gym traffic or have you met them?
That's from Instagram, meeting them in the gym, South Beach promotion, you know, stuff like that. I'm always out there networking. Everywhere I go, I keep cards with me. I'm passing them out. I'm bringing people to the gym. I don't only just get them from the gym. I get maybe 1 or 2 clients a week from Instagram. I'm working on online coaching. I partner with some medical professionals.
Okay.
So I have an elite online coaching program where they get their blood work done. The medical professional goes over all their blood work, their hormones, to see if they're deficient in any vitamins. She's going to come up with a protocol to help them. I'm going to do the nutrition and their customized one-on-one training program.
Got you. And so how do you treat people that come in with like injuries, like that can't really go crazy but still want to hit the gym?
That's on a case-by-case basis, but depends on what the injuries is. Like, say you have an injured knee, the recovery to the best recovery process would be eccentric exercises, the negatives, you know? That's going to help rebuild and get everything healed, you know? And recover from the injury. So it depends on what your injury is. There's always alternative exercise. Just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't go to the gym. Just because you're a midget doesn't mean you can't go to the gym. Or you got a broken arm, it doesn't matter. I had a broken arm and I was still doing pull-ups. You know what I mean? I found a way to strap something to my wrist and I was doing pull-ups in prison with a belt that I made, you know? So if I was able to do that in jail, do push-ups on my elbows with a cast on, there's no reason that whatever injury you have is going to stop you.
No, 100%.
You know?
And so when you say nutrition, break down the nutrition that you're talking about on a day-to-day basis.
As far as for me, I go with at least 1.5 grams of protein per body weight. That's me. Carbohydrates, I go about for 200 grams a day. I put about 100 before I work out, 100 after, and the rest of the day I go with green vegetables and meat.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, and is that...
It depends on the activity level of the individual on how I would base their carbohydrates, because the carbohydrates are the fuel, you know, and their specific goals and their metabolism. So it's kind of more on a case-by-case basis.
So if somebody wanted to get like a six-pack.
Right. It depends on where they're at right now.
Okay.
You know? So, I mean, typically you're not going to want to eat a lot of carbs if you're trying to get a six-pack, you know? But also you don't want to completely eliminate them because then your muscles are going to be flat. You're not going to have that full look. You know, so
got you. Okay, so now with 2025 just starting off, what would you say your biggest goals as a fitness coach is to do?
Man, keep crushing it where I'm at and expand my online coaching all across the world and help as many people as possible. Get as many people in line with my medical professional, Shantara, you know, and just build that up, man. Build that up, yeah.
And so do you have other investments now that you're back out and from what it sounds like, you got some consistent good money coming in? Are you investing in other things like crypto, stock?
I do got a little bit of crypto. I have a diversified portfolio in stocks and crypto. But my main, right now, I'm looking to buy a house this year.
Okay.
I want to try to get a threeplex, you know, so.
You gonna rent it out?
I'm going to have to live in one because that's like the rules, you know,
yeah.
for at least 6 months or a year, something like that.
Okay.
But, that's more on like the passive side. But what I'm actively pursuing is my meal prep, which is Tattoo Fitness Meal Prep. We deliver everywhere in the South Florida area. Well, pretty much within like 10 miles of Hollandale. Because the kitchen's in Hollandale. So they can just order from the link in my bio and get their healthy meals delivered to them.
You started that already?
Yeah, I already have that in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the website is Tattoo Fitness Meals?
When they go to my Instagram, they just hit the link in bio and it's going to say meal prep, and then the menu pops up right there.
Got you. And so what can they expect on the menu?
I got jerk chicken and quinoa. I got New York strip. You can get an extra double protein for $3 more. So you can get 2 New York strips. I think it's like $19 and some broccoli. We got jerk chicken, quinoa, roasted chicken, salmon, sweet potatoes, broccoli, all healthy stuff on there. There's a few other things in there like spaghetti and meatballs if somebody wants to have like a cheat meal or whatever, or carb up if they're gonna play like a sport or something like that and they need more carbs. Or a lot of my clients will get that for their kids. But yeah, there's a good menu on there.
Got you. Okay. So now, random side question: working in the UFC gym, do you work with the actual fighters as well?
There is some fighters in there. Kobe Covington, he comes in all the time. I don't train him.
Okay.
But we cool. We did train the other day. But also Jessica Evil Eye, she was a UFC champion too. She's a woman. I think she retired. I think she might be having a fight coming up soon. But as far as the MMA, I really don't work with the fighters. I work more with the guys for strength and conditioning.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, do you want to work with fighters?
That's not my that's not my expertise in MMA or jiu-jitsu or anything like that. I have some experience, but my experience is with strength training and helping people with their body composition, getting them healthy. Say they need to lose 50 pounds, or they want to see their abs, or they want to bench 315. They want to get stronger. That's where I come in and customize a program for them, a meal plan, supplement plan, and help them step by step to reach their goals.
Got you. Okay. No, that's definitely dope. And how long would somebody typically have to work with you in order to get a most common desired goal? What's like a common desired
I recommend
goal?
a minimum of 90 days, man,
90
because
days.
it doesn't happen overnight.
Okay.
You know, minimum 90 days. I have some clients that work with me a whole year. One of my clients, she lost 155 pounds in 13 months.
Sheesh.
You know,
okay.
Another client lost 50 pounds in 3 months.
And how often do they work with you per week when they do it for like a 90 days or something?
Well, I work with her 5 days a week.
Okay.
But some clients I work with 2 times a week. Some clients I work 3 times a week. Sometimes 1 time a week. It all depends on what they could comfortably afford.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
And it's just a 1 hour session?
50 minutes.
50 minutes. Okay. Cool. 50 minutes, a few times a week. And you'll have, so if people wanted that summer body, they got to start like now.
You got to start now, man. Ain't no purpose of waiting. You need to get started today. Definitely got to get started today.
And is there what's the myth or the facts around your abs and everything coming out being like 80% diet?
Yes, it's a big part of your diet. Abs are made in the kitchen. Okay, you can go train 5 days a week. If your diet is not on point, you're not gonna have abs unless you're like genetically blessed. But if you're an average individual, you got to pay attention to what you're eating. And you got to train hard. You got to do those compound lifts. You can't just think you're going to get abs just doing cardio. No, you have to lift weights.
And do you have like cheat days?
Cheat days? Nah, possibly a cheat meal, maybe once a month, something like that if it's scheduled, but not an entire day. No.
So, damn, that's so this level of discipline that you got, because that's, for the average human being, that's going to be rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, to maintain, health and fitness without having those extra cheat meals or whatever. So what's your favorite cheat meal to go to?
I really don't like unhealthy food because I don't like how the after effect. I might indulge in a slice of pizza, but it's not necessarily bad because cheese has good fat, protein. You're getting some carbs. So if I can have 2 slices of pizza before I train legs or right after, my body's using that for fuel. So I know how to use the food in the right way, because I can even have like a Rice Krispie treat before I train, because that's a fast acting carbohydrate and I'm going to burn that up while I'm training. It's different if I was on the couch at night and ate a bowl of cereal. That's all sugar, go to sleep, you're going to wake up fat. But if you were to have some fast acting carbs and you're already lean before you train, you're just giving yourself more fuel to crush the session.
Got you. Okay. And then I had a question and it just slipped. If you have like, I don't even know. Damn, I was about to say something. If you have like, I don't remember. I don't even remember. But yeah, no, that's definitely dope. And so with your tattoos, I mean, you look pretty covered. You gonna get any more?
Nah, man, I ain't getting no more. They hurt.
Yeah, they do hurt.
Yeah. Took me a while to realize that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So I see a lot of people work out. Same people that I've seen working out, and they do the diet and they do the stuff, and they don't really change.
Yeah.
I don't see a change. Why does that happen?
Because they're not training properly and they're not eating properly. That's why people need a coach, man. Because you tried it on your own, it didn't work. You're going to save yourself a lot of time by investing in yourself and getting a coach, because you're going to get a proper training program, a proper meal plan, a proper supplement plan. You're going to know everything you need to know. What I figured out in 20 years of hard work within 3 to 6 months. So yeah, you're going to have to pay, but you're saving yourself so much time. So you're really saving money in the long run,
And how important is like the proteins after you work out, like stuff like creatine or all the powder stuff that
creatine is important because creatine, what it does, it helps keep your muscles hydrated so you don't fatigue as fast, right? It helps you build lean muscle mass. It also helps with your mental health too. It's also proven to help prevent dementia, help fight depression. Creatine is really good, keeps your muscles hydrated, bro. So think about it. If your muscles are dehydrated in your training, you're going to fatigue a lot faster. You have to eat a whole pound of red meat in order to get 1 gram of creatine. Most people are not eating 5 pounds of meat a day, so you're not getting the recommended dosage of creatine to keep your muscles hydrated. Therefore, you just supplement with 5 grams a day and you're good.
Got you.
Yeah. And then protein basically is the building blocks what rebuild your muscles. And after you strength train for 40 hours, protein synthesis is highest. That's the process where your body takes the protein and builds muscle mass.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself ever doing like competitions or anything?
Possibly thinking about it, man. It just, right now, I'm really just focusing on helping the people in the gym and getting my business off the ground. I'm very disciplined, but that takes a little bit more discipline and dedication. And I'm working 12, 13 hours a day training people, sometimes 10 a day, and then another 5 on my business. I'm going to sleep, waking up 3:30. In order for me to compete, I would have to back off a little bit from my clients at the gym and focus more on myself.
Got you.
In order to compete. But I don't really see the benefits in that right now for me to do that.
So for you to be, in peak shape, shredded like you are right now, how often do you spend in the gym, and what does your daily like routine look like?
I work out 5 days a week. Mondays chest, Tuesdays back, Wednesdays shoulders, Thursdays legs, Fridays arms. I work out for about an hour, 5 days a week. That's my routine. I eat about 6 meals a day. The only thing that I would need to increase if I were to compete is I would need to rest maybe another 2 hours a day. Okay. Yeah.
Got you. So you work you work out all of those days back to back, and then Saturday, Sunday
Sunday active rest.
Okay.
I might do a little something.
Okay.
Like yesterday I did some jujitsu, a little training, just a little active rest.
And so now the part that people don't talk about most often, the recovery aspect of it. How important is recovery to your actual days of like, what do you do during your recovery days?
Recovery is just as important as training. It's almost, to me, at times, that was the hardest part about training, having to take a day off, because I'd want to go 7 days, but your body has to recover. You do not grow in the gym. You grow when you're sleeping, when you're resting, when you're feeding your body. So you can't just go to the gym 7 days a week, 3 hours a day and expect to grow and not sleep. Yeah. You have to rest. So the rest is very essential to growing.
So like sports massage, the no gravity chairs, red light therapy, you do stuff like that.
The whole recovery process is very good, man. If you can use the compression sleeves that we have at UFC, that helps with blood circulation, reduces the chance of blood clots. You got the cryotherapy, which helps with inflammation. It helps prevent dementia. It helps boost your natural testosterone. You burn calories while you're in there.
Is that like the ice bath? Yeah,
it's similar to that,
okay.
But except you don't get wet.
Okay.
It goes 175 degrees below zero. We got that at UFC. So it's pretty cool. You stay in there 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You tough it out. You come out of there energized and alive, bro. You feel great when you get out of there.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. No, that's definitely dope. So if you don't do the gym anymore, what would you see yourself doing as a business investor? Say you stop training, you just do it for yourself, and you get into something else.
Business, I would definitely like to. Real estate is on one of the go-to things.
You want to go flip houses? You want to develop?
I would like to own rental properties.
Okay.
Rental properties.
Airbnb style or long-term?
No, just long-term rental properties. That's one of the plans right there. Also, possibly my own supplement company.
Okay.
Because everybody's constantly needs supplements in the fitness industry. It's pretty much, besides real estate, everything's still going to be fitness related.
Got you.
Hey, it's your boy Big SK, man, the big step in the building. Anytime I throw in that drip, I come correct. This episode is coming to you by Billboard Bag. Become a walking billboard.
Yeah.
So fitness is just your path for life.
It's my passion, bro. It's my calling. It's like when I train somebody, they can feel the energy. They can, it just so, bro, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So they can feel that, you know, in any way that I can help somebody with fitness, that's how I want to do it. Whether it be with supplements, having my own gym, or through online coaching, you know, something like that.
Do you have kids?
My daughter, she's 19. She plays softball, college.
Okay. And so do you walk her down the same fitness kind of path?
Yeah, she's actually following in my footsteps now a little bit. Like, she's been making her friends work out, do push-ups. So she'll be at softball practice and the coach make her run and she'll be screaming tattoo fitness and then making everybody do push-ups, shit like that. So it's kind of motivated her and it's kind of inspired her friends as well, you know, to be more mindful of what they're eating, start exercising. She's paying a little more attention to her health now, working out. So, yeah, I'm proud of her. She's doing good, softball in school.
And so you said she's 19 now.
Yeah.
So how was that relationship while you were on the inside?
I mean, we used to correspond through letters a lot. I would speak to her on the phone. And we maintained a good relationship. You know, it could have been better. I wasn't there to really guide her, but like my mother pretty much took care of her because her mother passed away when she was a little baby. You know, and I was still in prison, in state prison when her mother died. So my mom's been taking care of her ever since. And she raised her pretty good. You know, she's a little spoiled, but she's way, way better than I was, you know. So I'm thankful for that. I'm blessed for that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, most def. And so if you had to tell something to your younger self 20 years ago, you know, what kind of advice would you give you?
Man, like, there's more than one way to make it. You don't have to make it the wrong way. If you apply your energy to doing something legal, you can be way more successful than any other illegal activities. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking for the quick come up, not realizing that shit just doesn't work, man. That shit doesn't even work in the movies like that.
Nah, 100%.
You know?
And then now that you're out doing the positive thing, do you find that there's moments in your life where you'll see certain people going down the path that you used to go down, or friends at that, where you can't even associate with them anymore because they low-key mad at you for changing your life for the better?
Man, like, my circle's real small. Like, if your mindset is not on doing similar things, I really don't associate with you too much. Like, I'm around people who are trying to do better and are doing better, you know. Now, I'll have conversations with anybody and I'll try to encourage them to do better, but I'm not going to let nobody bring me down or say, come out, hang out. That's not my plans. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't get high. You know what I'm saying? I go to bed at the same time every night. I wake up at the same time. That's my routine, and I ain't breaking that for nobody.
Nah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, nah, this is definitely dope. You know, you have a unique story, and for you to come out and see the success that you've been able to see, and you definitely headed in the direction of more success. You know, I'm grateful for you to be out here being a positive change. That's what attractive mindset is all about. It's, you know, what you put out is what you get back. And so, you know, I appreciate you coming on the show. If people wanted to work with you, visit your gym, visit your page, learn more about you, where could they do that at?
You find me on Instagram. It's Tattoo Fitness 954.
Okay.
Find me over there.
Nah, most def. Well, y'all, this is what it is. We got another episode of Attractive Mindset in the books. And listen, your life is not always determined by your past. You can get out, you can do a lot of things, you can rechange, and you can become a different person. And so make sure you share this episode with somebody that you know, that you don't know, that you think might need to hear this type of story. And, you know, this is your host, Moneybag Rich. And as we always say, we look good, we live good. Life is good. Talk to us, we talk back, and we out.